So it looked like Indiana Fever president Kelly Christoph has come back from wherever she was at because it seemed like she was missing. I ain't gonna lie to you. We was looking under the table, round the corner, just could not find Kelly anywhere. She completely abandoned her Twitter account, got off social media, and pretty much signaled to fans she don't want to talk to none of us. She don't care about our opinions, our emails, our phone calls, or nothing. That is until yesterday. Looked like yesterday Kelly spoke with the media about something very, very important. Now, what stands out to me with all of this is that I feel like she put the WNBA on notice. Now, we know there's a lot of things to talk about in regards to the Indiana Fever 2026 season. One being that people was not happy with Stephanie White. Now, we know there has been countless articles coming out about Stephanie White abandoning the team. Yes, to do ESPN gigs, to coach Team USA. And just the other day, they released a snippet on Twitter with them highlighting Stephanie White accolades. But they left one accolade out. That is Stephanie White coaching tenured down at Vanderbilt, where one season she only won 7 damn games. Yes, Google it. It's for real. She only won 7 games in a college basketball series, and I believe she only won 15 SEC games the whole time she was there. Why they want to hide that, I don't know. But we have also Cathy Engelbert appearing on the Pat McAfee show. She's coming out of hiding too. So I don't know if this just hide and seek appear day, but that's what we're getting. We're getting a whole lot of appearance today from people we ain't heard from, seen since, I don't know, August. I just gotta be for real. Now, with that being first, we gotta jump into the Kelly Christoph news, and that is her speaking about the Indiana Fever $78 million practice facility. The Fever are currently building a world-class performance center. I wonder how did they pay for that? You know, that's just food for thought, guys. How y'all think they able to build all of this? I believe that we might have helped them pay for all of that, y'all. And what's crazy about all of this is that I don't believe they have this $78 million project if Caitlin Clark don't join a team. That's just my personal opinion about it. But it goes on to say the Indiana Fever have had a tremendous success over the last 2 years, ever since drafting who? Caitlin Clark. In 2024, the team became the most popular team in the WNBA and also made the playoff consecutive years. Now, before Caitlin Clark got there, they wasn't making the playoffs, y'all. I just got to keep it real. I mean, like, no disrespect to Kelsey Mitchell, but if Kelsey Mitchell was like that, they would have been making the playoffs, bro. I just got to be honest. And, you know, people could feel how they want to feel, but before Caitlin got here, y'all was in a sunken place. Like, let's just be for real. Not just y'all, so don't feel bad, but the WNBA as a whole was in a sunken place. Now, the article goes on to say, sure enough, with how the team is doing, there's plenty to look forward to in its future. Off the court, the Fever are also working to keep providing the best place for players to improve their game. That commitment is on full display in the team's $78 million facility called the Indiana Fever Sports Performance Center, which is currently being built right now. The Fever had the groundbreaking for the new performance center in September 25. Now, nearly 7 months later, the construction has made a lot of progress. The team shared an update on the status. Now, this is what Kelly said. So Kelly said, our home is coming to life, and we're so excited, Christoph stated. When the concrete goes down, you're laying the foundation for the next generation. The Performance Center is set to open ahead of the 2027 WNBA season, and the Fever are targeting an opening date of spring of 2026. Let's check out.
7 months ago, we started putting shovels in the dirt, getting ready to start progress, and now, we actually have something to show people. I know if you've been driving by, you've seen it, but our home is coming to life, and we are so excited.
It's incredible. It's going to be a transformative project for the Fever, for women's sports, for Indianapolis.
We're laying the foundation, really. That's what we always talked about. When the concrete goes down, you're laying the foundation for this next generation, for our home, for these players. It's exciting. It's been exciting to watch every step of the way. We drive past it all the time, right here on the campus of Pacers Sports Entertainment in the heart of downtown. It's been a great 7 months, and we're looking forward to the spring of 27.
So that's the announcement that came out, man, about the practice facility. So that's what she had to say. Now we got to move on to the next segment of the video. That is Cathy Engelbert speaking to Pat.
Let's talk about the negotiations. Congratulations on the new 7-year CBA getting done. We know that is very difficult. There were certainly work stoppage conversations, and it felt like there was a lot of posturing happening on both sides, both through the league and the players. And then we saw photos of you all working together and getting this deal done, which is going to see an increase in pay and seemingly very happy operation right now. How did we get to this point, and was there ever any sketchy moments where you thought maybe there would be a work stoppage for the WNBA?
Well, it's interesting, Pat, CBAs tend to get done at the 11th hour. And I mean, I think this one was a function of how important and meaningful it was, not just for the WNBA and women's basketball, but maybe all women's sports. So there was so much passion, and the players were amazing through it. And it was just a testament on how invested everyone is. We needed to get it right. I mean, when you're looking at this long-term labor piece, 7 years, the process wasn't definitely not linear. And, you have to do a lot of listening, reacting, responding. And in some cases, you're totally pivoting from what you thought when you went into a bargaining session. But you're just trying to get it right for players, team owners, fans, the business. We want to set that all up for success. And that's why I think everybody thought this was so unusual. I think, again, because the WNBA has grown so much, I think now we're arrived as a major sports property, and it was probably a little more usual, but obviously everybody likes to get things done sooner rather than later in this environment. But, we had to get it right, number one.
A lot of heat coming in, and anytime you're a league that's been around for 30 years and are projecting into the future, it can be hard to come to an agreement, especially with the players and how everything has kind of gone.
Now, that was one clip there. There is another clip of Cathy. Let's listen.
Was looking into it. We tried our best to learn as much as the situation that you were in as soon as we found out that you were going to join our show. So we've been looking into it. So some of these numbers might not be 100% accurate, but we learned that the NBA took a long time before it became a profitable business. Yeah. The NFL, like 50 years almost before it became like a super duper profitable business. You guys are going to be celebrating 30 years right now. Feels like we're close to making. How do you kind of project what the future looks like, how much money you can make? Because there was numbers coming out, and we don't know what side the numbers were coming out from, where if you gave up 20% or 30% in a $10 million salary cap, the projections would be you'd lose $200 million or something like that. I forget but the projections were all negative that were coming out about your guys' deal or potential deal. How did you end up falling on the $7.5 million salary cap for 7 years and a percentage split that it ended up with the players? And how are you projecting this kind of to go over the next 7 years of the WNBA's existence?
Yeah, it's a great question. And obviously we grounded everything, both sides, in principles that we needed significant increase in player salaries and benefits, but also balancing that with the ability to continue to incentivize investment in our league. We've had incredible investment in the league and practice facilities and player experience, et cetera. We've had incredible investment by our broadcast partners, including ESPN, Disney, and we're bringing on NBC this year and Amazon, and we have Scripps, Ion, and CBS, and Versant now as the spinco out of NBC. So incredible investment into the game, into the WNBA, our corporate partners as well. So it was making sure we could balance all of that. That's the hard part, right? Because we're in our 30th year. By the way, the longest tenured women's professional sports league in the United States by double any other. So we took it with great responsibility that we're just not going to do this without a financial model that was sustainable for our owners, our board of governors, our team owners. So that was really important, and we were able to strike that balance. I think, not everyone gets everything they want. There's a lot of uncomfortable moments when you're negotiating around these things, especially because you're looking for that long-term agreement. And you want to make sure that the players are this is the first time the players are going to benefit every time we increase our revenue. They have a full revenue share on full league and team revenue. And that's a huge win-win for both them and the owner and the team owners.
Now, there's another clip of Cathy Engelbert possibly turning a leaf on Caitlin Clark, man. Now, we know Cathy Engelbert has definitely been a person that has not been the biggest fan of CC. I feel like we all could agree with that. Well, in another segment in another clip here, Pat McAfee actually asks her about Caitlin Clark. Let's listen to what she said, man.
Because our season's shorter, now we'll be able to play up to 52 games over the life of this agreement. When I came in, I think we were playing 32. So you need that, and you need those stars. And Caitlin, without question, has been a huge part of the growth of our league. And she's not only an incredible player, but a great ambassador for the game. You've seen her she's done some work with the NBA on NBC this year, and couldn't be prouder how she's handling the moment. Because
So that is what Cathy had to say about Caitlin today. And it looked like to me, she probably feel a different type of way, man. I want to know y'all thoughts down in the comments section. Keep them bells on. I will be back. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.